Hey guys, so today we are going to be taking a look at Dragon Ball Legends Reveals and Stuff number 23. Let's just get right into it. I'm not going to waste too much time here, so we'll go through what they talked about here and then I'll give my thoughts on it. So there wasn't really much in this video. It's 10 minutes long, so one of the shorter ones that they've done here. The first thing they talked about was sort of like looking at Vegeta. Yep. So the first real thing was like this PvP group ranking system, which is basically, if you guys play Dokkan, it's basically like local rankings in the World Tournament. So what they do is, I'll just read what they say on the screen. Groups are made up of a small number of players, about 100, who are close in skill level. First things first, aim for the top of your group. Group A, Group B. The way that I understand this, so there's A, B, C, D, E, F. The way that I understand this is you're just randomly assigned to one of these groups, and then it's basically a separate ranking system that they use to give rewards at the end of the season based on how well you do within that group. So even if you don't rank highly overall in the world, for an example, and let's say you still are able to rank top 10 in your group, you're going to be getting two separate pools of rewards. One pool of rewards based on how many what your ranking is in the world, and then one pool of rewards based on what your ranking is in your group. They say it's going to be based on skill level, but who knows? We won't be able to tell until this actually releases. I think it's a good idea. It just gives players more of an incentive to play PvP, as long as they don't remove the rewards from the normal rankings, and it's just additional rewards that you can get from playing the from just the group rankings. Then I'm all for this. Like, more stuff is always good. So if they want to be, I guess, more generous and give out more rewards based off of where you rank in your groups, then that's fine. I'm okay with this. So I have no issues with this at all. I think it's a pretty good system, at least to try out, right? We'll see how it works. Okay, next, I think they said they were going to introduce a new PvP system here. This is basically, I assume it's going to replace the training battle that exists right now. This is going to be the new casual PvP mode. Clear goals to collect points and get all the rewards even if you don't win. Plus, clearing goals will earn you rating points once a day. So basically, as you can see on your screen on the right-hand side here, this is the new icon, the treasure battle, I guess is what they're calling it, treasure battle. And it's going to have missions, right? Basically the same thing that you see in like story mode or like campaign mode, where you want to try and, let me actually move my camera so you guys can see. Oop, that's the wrong, that is not the camera. Let's move the camera here. So as you can see, this one, for example, has land the first attack, land a strike skill, land a ki blast, land a special. So it's like you're playing through story mode and trying to get these missions done. And then once you get 100 points, as it shows right here, you're able to get the treasure chest, and then you get rewards. They didn't mention how good the rewards would be. They didn't mention if this is going to be an unlimited amount of times that you could do this, but we'll see. Again, there's no way this is worse than what we had in training battle before, because there was nothing. You were literally getting nothing for playing the mode, basically. So having just more stuff here is good. They did also mention that you are actually able to get rating points for playing this as well. We don't know the extent of how many you'll get, but they did mention that. So let's move on to the next part, which I believe is going to be a Zenkai Awakening, which is Green Future Gohan. This is the transforming Green Future Gohan that transforms into Super Saiyan. Looks like he's going to have the Zenkai ability to buff Green Future. So, off the top of my head, obviously this is setting us up for something, right? Green Future. But if we look at Green Future, I guess I could just pull up the tag here. Might as well take a look at this now. Not Zenkai. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Actually, I could just go to the list here and then do this. This is probably easier. We go here and then go to Future. Green Goku Black. We have Zamasu and Goku Black assist. First form Cell, the Green Trunks. Oh, this Vegeta. Yeah. Okay, that's probably the biggest one on this list. That Green Vegeta, the Green Zenkai Elf Vegeta. So he actually does Zenkai buff him as well. He buffs the tag Future Gohan and Trunks. They're actually really good as well, I think. So that could be pretty good, that Zenkai ability for Green Future. I don't think at this point that like Zenkais themselves are going to be viable in like a competitive PvP environment. They've just not been good enough, period. But as bench options, they they seem pretty good. So that's what I'm expecting from this guy as well. And then we have the actual announcement, which is the video. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute this. I'm going to mute myself, and we'll take a look at this video.
Coming! Hey! Ah! Coming! Ah! It's over! How about this one? Tuck! Hey! Frieza! You're finished! Ah! 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 I'm through with you!
Alrighty, let's go ahead and pause there. So we're getting the Super Saiyan Trunks that killed Mecha Frieza. I guess we could take a look at some gameplay footage here. It looks like he does have blast armor on his strike, as you can see right there. That's a strike animation. This is his blue card, I guess, yeah. The slicing mechanic or whatever. Okay, then this is his ult, I guess, right? Yeah. So he does the burning attack animation. Okay, and then here's the LF. I assume, you know, if it's not going to kill the enemy, then he doesn't do this, right? So we'll have to see what the other animation is once we actually play as him, but it's definitely a cool animation. I like the screen sort of like getting cut in half and then like the two sides sliding up and down. I think that's a nice effect there for sure. All right, so Super Saiyan Trunks. Let's go ahead and forward to his details here. So let me actually move my camera over here so you can see the full thing here. So Legends Limited Super Saiyan Trunks team, he is a green character. He's on a lot of tags. Hybrid Saiyans, Vegeta Clan, Super Saiyans, and Future. That's a lot of teams. 4 teams. You don't really see a unit that often that's on 4 different like actual teams. So, all right, Z ability. So this is his Z ability at 6 stars. He's going to be giving 2% to special move damage inflicted by tag Hybrid Saiyans. So blue card damage from Hybrid's fine. And then 30% to tag Hybrid Saiyans, tag Future, or Vegeta Clan strike, attack, and defense. So it's going to obviously bump up to 35% once he's 14 stars. Unique abilities. He does 20% extra damage against tag Frieza Force. Makes sense. He killed Mecha Frieza. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. It gets 90% damage inflicted, 60% reduced damage received. Again, that's sort of looking like the norm these days. We jumped from 50 to 60 very quickly. It really moved up there really fast, but 60 seems to be the norm at this point. And then 50% to key recovery cannot be canceled, which is nice. Just a little bit of extra base key recovery, definitely helpful. Following effects occur every time when faced with the enemy. So this activates when he switches in. So restores ki by 30, 20% of damage inflicted for 10 counts, -3 to arts card costs for 5 timer counts, and then inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -30% to critical rate for 10 counts. Not really sure why they gave him the negative critical rate. Maybe they're just scared of Bardock still, I guess. I don't know. But that's a nice effect to have on switch in, right? Or just whenever the enemy switches characters, you get that as well. So far he's looking pretty good. Let's continue on to the next page, which is like a million paragraphs. Here we go. Okay. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card. Draws 1 new card, activates twice. So I actually didn't see this portion of the screen because there was so much written on it, I didn't even want to look. So I'm seeing this for the first time. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card. Draws 1 new card. Activates twice. Activation count resets when character switches. Literally just... Isn't this Red Dispo? I'm pretty sure this is Red Dispo. Let me... I can pull up our good friend, Red Dispo, that I seem to pull in every single summon video. Where is he? He's got to be somewhere on here. I might have to pull up Universe Survival Saga because I don't know if... Oh, there he is. Okay, let's see. Randomly draws 1 card, activates 2 times. Activation... Yeah, the following effects occur upon landing a strike or blast arts hit. Randomly draws 1 card, activates 2 times. And then the activation count resets when characters switch. Upon landing a strike or a blast card. So the only difference between this one and that is that this is whenever he uses a strike or a blast. So even if the enemy cover changes against the strike or blast card, you're still going to be drawing the card, whereas with Display, you actually have to land the card. Don't think it's really that big of a difference, but that's a really strong... It's literally Vegeta Blue, pretty much, right? Only problem with this is it's not a specific type of card, so your enemy can't really guess what card you're going to be using next as normally as you would with Vegeta Blue, who always draws a strike card. Then he also gets 10% of damage inflicted, activates 6 times, cannot be canceled. That's a lot. That's just an extra 60% damage. Okay. Knocks enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against their blast arts attack. Activates during assists, combo with blue cards. They show the knockback? I don't even know if I saw that. But yeah, he has a cover change against blast cards. Okay, then combo with blue. Following effects occur when enemy switches characters while this character's on the battlefield. Reduces next damage sustained by 10%. So yeah, so he's gaining that effect. I'm just trying to understand this. Cannot be stacked, applies until enemy combo is finished. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained. I was about to say that's about to be really annoying. For 5 timer counts. And then inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, minus 30% to health restoration for 15 timer counts. So this is supposed to be more of a defensive tool, right? Because remember, he's already getting buffs for facing an enemy, but those are more offensive based. This is more of a defensive based mechanic for when the enemy switches characters, which is cool. So he's basically going to have 70% reduced damage received when the enemy switches, when they're in the middle of a combo against this character. Following effects occur when enemy tag switches while this character is in the battlefield. 25% of damage inflicted against tag powerful opponent. That looks like it's a permanent buff. Activates 1 time, cannot be canceled. Yes, we're just getting a permanent 25% extra damage inflicted against tag powerful opponent. Reducing enemy key by 40, and then he destroys a card. Also seals enemy's special move and special arts, so blue and green cards, when an enemy character that is both powerful opponent and android tag switches. And it looks like there's something that's hidden here. The sealed arts cannot be used for 15 timer counts. That is a long time. So clearly, I wonder who they're targeting with this. Clearly they're targeting the androids with this, right? He's getting the extra damage against powerful opponent. So basically, if you're the androids and you're, comboing this Trunks, so let's say you're switched into Android 17. You're comboing Trunks and you tag switch into 18. The second you tag switch into 18, here's what happens. Because I believe tag switching, I think it would trigger this, right? The following effects occur when enemy switches characters. I think that would I'm not 100% sure if that would trigger that or not. I'm going to assume that it does trigger that, so I'm just going to go with this for now, but I could be wrong about this. So the enemy tags into 18. First things first, he's getting 30 key, 20% damage inflicted, minus arts cost, and then he reduces the enemy's critical rate. Okay. Next, he's reducing his damage sustained by 10%. He's nullifying his unfavorable element factor for 5 counts. And he's inflicting minus 30% to health restoration to the enemy. And he's getting a permanent 25% damage inflicted buff against powerful opponent. He's reducing enemy key by 40. He's randomly destroying 1 enemy card. And he's sealing special move and special arts cards for 15 counts. Now that's how you counter tag units. That is how you counter tag units. That is a powerful array of effects against tag characters. Is this guy absolutely going to flush the androids out of the meta? No. The answer is no. In fact, I probably think the androids are still going to kill this guy a lot of times. Because remember, this is only... this guy's really only activating these effects when the androids switch. To be honest, the androids don't... 17 does not need to switch into 18 to be one of the more annoying units in the game. He can still hit you with the green card without being switched, without tagging into 18, right? He can still basically kill your whole team by himself without switching to 18. So if it was up to me, and if I was asked to design a character that would be a very, very targeted counter to the androids, it would be more of an offensive counter. It wouldn't be one of these defensive counters, because this is more of a reactive counter to the androids, where, okay, we're countering something that you're doing instead of we're countering you as a character. The better example that I can think of is when they created Blue Gokua. Gokua was a really, really good and effective counter to Red Gohan, because he was a counter to Gohan as a unit. Because he was blue. He locked in Gohan when he switched in, and he just did a ton of extra damage against hybrids. So he was put in a position where he was super, super hyper focused on killing Gohan, not focused on, oh, whenever Gohan uses a blast card, he's gonna, have some ridiculous debuff inflicted upon him. No, it was, how do we get this guy out of the match? That's what it was about. It wasn't about how do we neuter the character, which I think is less of an effective way to do this, but this is still gonna hurt the androids, I think. So overall, this is it. He seems pretty good. I'm not going to really be able to say how good he is until I see his full kit, and of course, gonna have to use him as well. The one thing I don't see in this guy's kit, I don't think he needs card draw speed, just because he has this effect over here. So I'm not even really going to harp too much on the card draw speed aspect of this unit. I don't think he needs it. But the one thing I will say is I don't see cover change nullification. He could have cover change nullification on his main ability. He could have cover change nullification on his green card, because we don't know those effects are right now. But that is, if this guy does not have cover change nullification, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to see this guy in play anywhere. That's how ridiculous the game is right now. You need to have that. We're at that point where you have to have cover change nullification. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to really do anything. This guy, with this effect, he wants to be comboing for a long period of time. He wants to be stacking his damage inflicted, right? He wants to be doing these long combos with blast armor. So if he does not have cover change nullification somewhere in his kit, I feel like it's going to be very, very tough for this guy to compete. But a big buff for Vegeta Clan. I mean, we could take a look at the teams here, right? This is all they showed. This is it. Yeah, that's it. So we can X this out here. We can get rid of this guy too. So Vegeta Clan is, I think, the biggest place where this guy can help out. Vegeta Clan definitely needs... I can move my camera back. Vegeta Clan definitely, I would say, needs help at this point. This guy, could have been a really nice buff for the team, but he unfortunately was pretty much a dud. This guy doesn't really do much. Majin Vegeta, he's fine. I don't think he does much either for the team. So Trunks is probably the best character on this team. Let me just quickly see. Yeah, you got that, because it's so unfortunate when you look at this team here, right? This guy should have been better. Gradient Vegeta should have been way better. This yellow Trunks was a really nice free unit, and I think they realized that they needed to make a good unit for this team. This blue Vegeta should have been way better. This purple Majin Vegeta is actually terrible. Goku and Vegeta can be good, but you have to build a team around them to be good. This Trunks is good as well. I think this Trunks, again, I'd probably call him the best unit on the team. I think it's close. He's probably the best unit on this team. Majin Vegeta, again, he's good, but you gotta have the team, number one, built around him, and he's just lacking a lot of tools that the team needs to really thrive. So this Trunks can really help out this team a lot. Also, the fact that he's green. Oh wait, never mind. What am I talking about? This Vegeta is the best unit on this team. But yeah, this Vegeta is the best unit on this team. I just completely overlooked him. Yeah, he's the best unit on this team. This Trunks, I should easily be better than this Vegeta. We'll see. But damn, they really made him green, huh? The best unit on this team was already green. What would you even do? Run a green, yellow team? With who? Green, yellow with the free Trunks for the death buffs? Maybe. Hybrids... I mean... Listen, we all know Hybrids is about to get something ridiculous soon. So I'm not really feeling too bad about this team. I think a green unit definitely helps this team out a lot. They really... For the literally years, Hybrids really wanted a very dominant green character. Honestly, right now, I would say the best green character on this team is this Gohan and Trunks tag character, this EX character right here. So this is a good addition to the Hybrids as well. Super Saiyans, I'm sorry to say this, but I highly doubt Trunks is going to be better than Super Gogeta. And I am telling you for a fact, he is not going to be better than Super Vegito. And then obviously Bardock is the whole reason this team even works. So he's not going to make the Super Saiyan team. Sorry, unless he's somehow better than Gogeta, which I doubt, but we'll see. Future, Yeah, you know what they did? They're like, Future hasn't gotten buffed in 3 months. We have to give him some buffs. And then they released this Trunks. Like the last buff we got for Future obviously was 17 and 18, right? Yeah. This team this is literally Future Ball Legends. Like, they cannot stop buffing Future every 4 seconds. I don't care about Future. Future is fine, right? Future also had this Vegeta. This Trunks is going to be good for the team. I think, again, he easily should be better than this green Vegeta here. So I guess he'll be the new green character for Future. And then the last thing I want to say quickly is just my overall thoughts on the character pick here. So number one, I really wish they would have at least given us a 1% sparking on the banner. They did give us a 1% sparking recently on some of the other banners, like notably Jiren had the blue Beerus, right? Obviously the anniversary banners had a 1% sparking on them. And I think there's a lot of Trunks fans. Trunks is a popular character, and I definitely understand that people really are excited for this unit for sure. There's definitely people that are very hyped for this character. And we knew this was coming at some point, right? The Trunks that slices and kills Mecha Frieza, that's a really hype moment in Dragon Ball. That was bound to get an LF at some point. But now, it seems a little strange. This Trunks is really not that old. This Trunks came out in Legends Festival in November. November of 2021 is when this Trunks released, 9 months ago. So we're in a 9-month gap in between Trunks releases. I'm not going to go through the entire banner history of 2022 here, but in case you guys haven't realized, we have had one single major villain release throughout the entirety of 2022, being 17 and 18. They are the only major villain release, being either an LF character or an Ultra character, that have released in 2022. For the entirety. We're halfway through August at this point, and we have had one villain character released this whole year. The last villain character other than the androids was LF Cell back in October, almost a full year ago. So if you take into consideration the past 9 months, we have had more LF Trunkses release than LF villains. And I definitely understand their thought process behind the anniversary having just like, these, because the anniversary was stacked. LF Ultra Instinct Goku, LF Dragon Fist Goku, and Ultra Super Vegeta. That's a stacked lineup for the anniversary. Those 3 headliners, that's a money making. There's a reason they made a lot of money this anniversary, and it was because of those characters, right? So I get that, right? They want the anniversary to be the most profitable time for them. They want to sell the most products during the anniversary. That's the goal of the anniversary, and that's why they did that. Villains just inherently don't sell as well as Saiyans and Super Saiyans and God Ki, Ultra Instinct. Like those are the new cool things. Well, not even new, but the main characters of the series. But in a time like this, where it's post-anniversary, the hype is relatively low, this is where I think they really need to take advantage of the opportunity to buff teams that really need the help, that are not really going to see that help through major celebrations. Anniversary, you don't really see many villain. We got 0 villain releases during this anniversary. Legends Festival might be similar. Remember last year, Legends Festival, we got 0 villains also. Goku and Vegeta, Trunks, and Super Gogeta. I mean, sure, we got like the Green Broly, which I really wouldn't consider him a villain. We got Goku Black and Zamasu, who are good, but they're just like a supporting role, right? So these like solo LF banners, I feel like should be more pushed to be focused on like powerful opponent, regen, Frieza Force, those kinds of teams that really wouldn't see major buffs during these, during these major celebrations like Legends Festival and the anniversary. So me personally, I am definitely a bit disappointed that this was Trunks, and I think a lot of people definitely agree with me. But I still understand that people obviously are Trunks is an immensely popular character, and people are very, very excited for this Trunks. So I'm not gonna, tell you guys, oh my God, this is terrible decision. Like, this is just me speaking truthfully, right? I am personally not that excited for this Trunks. Seems good. We'll have to see what else he's able to do once the more details come out for him. But I think this could have been handled better, and I just was hoping for some kind of villain representation, because we've had one villain the entire year. So we'll see. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you guys think about this Trunks, and I will see you all in the next one.